Okay, I'm here with Alan Ursic. Is that correct? How you say it?
Ursic, but I bet my original family members probably pronounced it like that back in Middle Eastern Europe.
Awesome. Okay, here with Alan Ursic. You're the assistant
Yep,
coach at Canyon View girls basketball, correct?
correct.
So just want to ask some questions on your guys' program.
Absolutely.
Canyon View as a school opened its doors in 2018, and less than 4 years later, you guys have one of the best basketball programs in the state. How'd you do it? How did it happen?
Well, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, the credit goes to the girls. I mean, they're putting in the time, they're putting in weight room, getting extra shots up. They're working hard at practice. They're buying into the things that we want to sell as a program. So, this being my first year with the program, I mean, really, a lot of the credit would go to the coaching staff. So I can only imagine starting a new program from scratch and really having to build up. So, me just joining in now, I'm getting to see some of the fruits of all their labor from the last couple of years, I believe. But a lot of credit goes to the coaching staff, Coach Carranza, and the players, of course. So, just buying in and working hard, and we're starting to get a little successful.
Right, that all makes sense. You actually led into my next question. So before Canyon View, you were coaching at Millennium High School. Is that correct?
Yes, I was a JV coach, assistant coach.
So what was it like getting the call up from Millennium to move over to Canyon View with Coach Carranza?
That was really exciting, to be honest with you. I know 8 years I spent being the JV coach at Millennium. And then I took a pause from that, and I'm a middle school teacher at Western Sky, and I wanted to coach the girls at my school. So I actually, downgraded a little bit and came down to the middle school level. And then Coach Carranza reached out to me and talked about the opportunity. And I thought my schedule as a middle school teacher kind of wouldn't allow me to be a high school coach at the varsity level. I know a lot of varsity programs probably go right after school, 2:15, 2:30. I mean, I teach math until 4 o'clock. So I didn't even know if this opportunity would ever come, but I know Coach Carranza said being a mother, having 4 kids of her own after school, she wants to go home, take care of business, and then come back kind of refreshed at night. So when she told me that practices were at night, that was huge. I thought that was awesome. And just the new job, like being a sounding board, being an extra set of eyes, bouncing ideas off of her. I just thought it was a really cool situation. I wanted to jump on the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds amazing, and it's clearly working out for you guys so far. Your Lady Jaguars are 16-1. You're actually ranked 13th in the state of Arizona, according to Max Preps. How are you and your team able to generate so much success in such a short amount of time?
Well, I mean, it doesn't feel like a short amount of time when you start thinking about the weeks in the summer, the voluntary things before the season starts, and then really once the season gets going. So, it has been a lot of work. Like I said, a lot of drills, a lot of repetition. We're throwing a lot of new things at the girls too, so it's not just the same old, same old. So, I'm really impressed with their ability to kind of retain everything. But just a lot of hard work. And like I said, they buy into what we're saying. We try to be prepared and prepare for opponents, prepare for our weaknesses, prepare for our strengths. So we're very intentional about what we do, and the girls are buying into it and just, like I said, working really hard and I think doing a great job.
Yeah, and just following up from that, what specifically separates your program from other programs around the state?
Well, it's a tough question to answer. I mean, I had a lot of success at Millennium, and I feel like we're having a lot of success here at Canyon View, and I think there's a lot of similarities. There's a huge buy-in there. The girls work really hard. The coach is very intentional. I have a lot of respect for Coach Thomas and his staff over there. They know what they're doing. They put in time in the weight room. They put in extra time. So I think the programs, to be successful, you can't just practice for 2 hours and be done. You got to get there a little early. You got to stay after late. You got to put in time in the weight room. You got to watch film together as a team. You got to learn from your own mistakes, prepare for other teams' strengths and their weaknesses, and think about how we can combat that. So I think that the teams, the programs that have coaches that care, that have players that care, that's when you start seeing success.
Absolutely. Speaking to players that care, you have two standouts in Madison Ribel and Caden Spickler. How far can these girls take your team this season?
Only time could tell. The trouble that we've had so far is we really haven't had them on the court at the same time. We played the Scorpion shootout around Thanksgiving, and we had our whole team. In the championship of that game is when Caden Spickler got hurt. She was gone for about 5 weeks. Then her first game back against Campo Verde, Maddie Rebel gets hurt. So we've really never had our whole set of team, like our a full strength team. So that what you asked is a very good question, and really only time will tell. When we had them together, we did end up winning that Scorpion shootout. So when they were together, we did taste some success there. But it's been really weeks since we've been able to have those girls together on the court. So it's a very fair question. It's a good question, and really only time will tell. Small sample. When they're out there, we do good things together.
Yeah, you're already a pretty productive team with one of them at a time on the court. You'll be quite dangerous with both. Last question for you, Coach. What's your number one goal for your team this season?
Well, I mean, I like to go kind of a short term and just get better every single day. I don't want to look too far ahead and start talking about playoffs or playoff positioning or this and that. Certainly we have goals. We want to be in the playoffs. We want to start competing with some of those teams that have been successful in the past and be a consistent, strong program. We're just kind of getting there now. So, but ultimately we're going game by game. We're not trying to look too far ahead of our next opponent. So if we kind of keep that attitude of going just next game mentality, be successful there, stack some wins. And I think those kind of long-term goals that we might have will be, possible, capable. But I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Certainly we have high expectations for the girls. They know that, we know that. But don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got opponents to plan for next week and before the playoffs ever come around. So
yeah, great mentality to have. All right, Coach, that's all I had for you. I'm sure I'll see you this season calling games. Good luck on your season, and I'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Of course.